Welcome back to UnKind TV, everyone. We're George and Martha.
Yes, we are.
And today we'll be recapping The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 12, Episode 13, Hot Tea with a Side of Cookies. This is like evil run amok. This whole episode.
I'm most upset about Cynthia.
There was not one bright point.
Yeah, and not one moment of Nene.
You guys, you don't like Nene. You want Nene off the show. But here's the problem. You need Nene. Remember Kandi said that Kenya and Eva, it was like King Kong and Godzilla?
Mm-hmm.
Kenya really is like a Godzilla level villain.
Yeah.
And she has gone unchecked. You need another apex predator to combat her. Nobody's there to balance her out.
And that's not good for her.
Yeah, she's really making herself look worse and worse. But just so you know, I know how to say audio. It was Nene who kept saying there's an RDO, so I was imitating that.
Yeah. Let's not come for us. Don't come for us, please.
It is really aggravating sometimes.
It is.
Over nonsense. This show is so made up. You know, you want to argue about politics, life. That's different. Don't
Medication.
argue. Yeah, don't argue about something so fake.
We hold on to resentments. We don't let things roll off our backs. Just know that. Know that.
We open with a check-in with the babies. Why? I don't know. Not necessary. PJ celebrating being 5 months old.
Mm-hmm.
And Brooklyn is ripping Kenya's earrings off. Good baby. Very good. I like Mark on FaceTime telling the baby to get the other earring.
We'll get to him.
It seems the summer has ended and Riley is back with Kandi.
I don't know who taught her how to apply eye makeup in New York.
I also don't know who taught her how to have a conversation.
I didn't even pay attention to that. I was
poor
too
Kandi's
distracted.
like, how is New York? And she's like, do you see Kayla at all?
NYU she wants to go to.
So there's a lunch with Cynthia, Eva, Tanya, and Kenya. Tanya's very nervous because she hasn't seen Kenya since she showed her hair extensions to the group.
Yeah. She should be nervous.
Because you're not dealing with a normal angry person. You're dealing with some kind of a psychopath. So, yeah, she shows up. They're like, oh, you look so pretty. She's like, yeah, I actually like to look extra pretty when I'm going to read a bitch.
She is so good, though.
She is.
She's so good at being so bad.
This is unchecked evil. This is a dictator. This is not good. You need a Marlo or a Nene, somebody to take her down a peg. It's not good. Or Phaedra, someone. Because what happens at
She's going to eat herself.
She will. She's going to burn herself up.
Yeah.
Eva and Cynthia do nothing to help poor Tanya.
What really bothered me, especially, was Cynthia leaving.
Tanya's trying to let's address the elephant in the room. And I can't believe this because we don't like Tanya. He really doesn't like Tanya. And we felt bad for her with this whole thing.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I really felt for her. And I cannot stand her.
Oh, no. No.
But this was uncalled for.
Yeah.
So she wants to she's like, so the ladies are saying that you may not be happy about me bringing your wig. I mean, you got it back. So what are you mad about? And
the Canadian is really coming through. Yeah.
Coming out Canada. And Kenny goes, yeah, that wasn't cute. Now, somebody in our comments said watch the after show. Where they discussed that episode where Kenya started this whole thing with Tanya, which she did. I don't like that she keeps telling Tanya, you came for me. No, she didn't. You started with her at the dinner in Canada.
Yes.
Making your whole...
That was bad.
Would you want to know?
That was bad.
Well, at that dinner, Marlo was making jokes. She's like, is that a wig? Yeah, remember that?
I did.
Well, they didn't show that Kenya got really mad and stormed off and took her mic out.
Why didn't they show that?
I don't know.
Bravo has become so stingy.
Well, Kenya's making the case that what Tanya has done, she's like, I don't know how you make your money, but my money comes from these two hands and my hair care line. So you're saying she's bad for business, but which is it? How about you, Kenya fans? You can let me know, because it's either, oh no, Kenya's hair's all real. You don't know what you're talking about. She was on Wendy Williams. Or, Oh yeah, we knew that. She's always talking about hair pieces. No big deal. It's either horrible for her business or she's very open about it. You can't have it both ways. The only one making a big issue out of this is Kenya. If Kenya were always open about using hair pieces, the other ladies would not have reacted like that in the spa.
Her anger towards Tanya says everything we need to know.
She's been exposed.
Yeah. Sorry.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
No.
That's Kenya.
The woman.
Mm-hmm. Kenya decides to call... This was really... She calls her a see you next Tuesday.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that was a bit much.
I can't say the word because we're early in the recap and I don't want to.
But maybe we'll say it later on.
She just, she goes, the fact is you're a real... And Tanya even says that's vulgar. You don't need to speak like that. That was extreme. Because that is, to me, that's one of the worst words you can use towards somebody.
I use it to you all the time.
Yes, you do. I mean, but when you say it, it's a term of endearment.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Just keep telling yourself that.
Something along those lines. It's certainly not the same as getting it from Kenya. And poor Tanya did not deserve that.
Tanya's looking more and more upset.
It's the way you say it. I've been told that when I use that word, that it sounds particularly vitriolic.
I'm positive that is absolutely the case.
When I'm really, really, really mad and I've dropped it.
Uh-huh. I've never seen you get really, really mad. I don't want to see you get really, really mad.
Yeah,
I think I'd cry.
No, you wouldn't.
I would be very afraid.
If it were directed at you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, but you know what it is? I know who can take it, and it actually tends to only come out with certain people. Family triggers it.
Uh-huh.
And a select few that I'm sure you can imagine.
Yeah, I imagine.
But usually not my friends.
That's good to know.
The people that I've chosen to be in my life don't get that kind of treatment.
Martha, for some reason I just had this image of me killing you.
Excuse me?
You go off on me and then you
can't take it and you're like... Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I can.
It wouldn't happen. I have a lot of self-control.
Make sure it doesn't.
When it comes to people, you know what? Because I know that you don't like that. I don't know. You don't deserve it in my eyes.
Not yet, anyway.
My family, it's like I feel like they're more deserving of my ire, so I let loose. Anyway, it was not necessary. I was appalled. I actually was. I was like, oh! When I first heard it.
Yes.
Everyone says that it was too far. Now we get into the cookie lady.
I gasped.
We get a flashback of her telling the ladies about Tanya's fiance. And I don't know what's wrong with this woman, why she feels the need to speak this way, but she goes, so you know your boy, Paul?
Stop. No, stop.
You know your boy.
No, stop. No, Martha, stop. You're Me Tooing me. And I have it on camera.
Like, what is wrong with this?
The one straight male watching this is probably jacking off to you saying,
stop it. Yeah. Hi, Paul. She did. She said it like a cam girl. It was weird.
She does know who Paul is, and Paul definitely hit on her. We'll get back to that in a minute.
Well, actually, before we get into the meat of this, it comes out that Cynthia invited the cookie lady to
Who is the real snake?
You know what? I know Nene has many faults, and Nene is out of her mind and an egomaniac and a horrible, lying...
Okay, let's tone it down, Martha.
She's all those things. But she's been saying for the longest time that Cynthia is a big fake, and I'm seeing it very clearly.
She's a big snake.
She is. Well, she was caught on that recording. In the last reunion, that's really what, like, did it in for their friendship when she didn't tell her Kenya was coming. Yeah. She's on tape, and she's just like... She still denies that she said that. She's
also kind of stupid.
And to invite the cookie lady? And she's like, no, I just want to make it clear. No, it wasn't to hurt anybody. Wasn't it? So then why would you invite her?
But
that's your friend?
Tanya validates Cynthia's choice to bring the cookie lady to the party. Really, Tanya? Are you stupid too?
She's way too nice to this cookie bitch.
She did the right thing.
So yes, somebody makes an entrance. A woman holding a box of cookies.
Perfect.
Shows up. This is all contrived so that the cookie lady can get some advertisement for her cookie shop.
Do we even know the name of it, though?
I think maybe. I don't care. I'm not going to say it.
I'm beautiful, bitch. That's
the
name of it.
It's even worse than that. What did she say? I'm effing gorgeous.
Oh, that's the name of this
That's what she sent to
Gorgeous
her.
cookies.
You know,
That's the name.
Kenya had gone on and on about how beautiful this woman is. She's sexy.
And plain.
Very plain. Like I was telling you before, she looks a little bit... She reminds me of Diane Lane. Attractive, but like not exactly Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah. She looks like the other woman.
Before she even gets there, one of the things that Kenya and Tanya get into it about is the IVF thing. I still don't understand that. Maybe someone who's been through it could comment and enlighten me. I don't know why Tanya's so mad about Kenya telling her to do a cycle. That's the one thing I didn't think Kenya was wrong about.
I guess we don't know. I'm wondering if Tanya's just using that as a way to antagonize.
Because Kenya says that's something near and dear to my heart, and as much as
which I think is hilarious.
I know. I can't stand Kenya. I think Kenya's crazy. I mean, I love her, but I can't stand her as a human being. But I do believe that, like, she went through so much to have a baby. I'd like to think that the one drop of good that's still inside her, deep, deep down, would be on that topic.
Mm-hmm. And hair.
I feel like that's her Achilles heel.
Yeah.
Like, of all the things she'll be mean about, you want to have a baby?
Yeah.
It, like, melts her little Grinch heart.
Yeah.
But Tanya felt very attacked over it. I don't get it.
We don't know the backstory, I guess.
The cookie lady's story is very weak. I mean, she says that she was sitting down, that Paul was all over her, and Paul followed her to the bathroom. And Tanya goes, but the men's room and the women's room are right next to each other, right? So when you went to the bathroom, he went to the bathroom. She's a little over defensive.
Yes.
I don't blame her, though, because I would be flipping out. Like, the fact that she didn't get up and leave.
You can see it in her eyes.
She's trying so hard to be polite and refined and not snap and curse everyone out. But I would really.
I know.
Because this woman's she's like, calm down, baby. Calm down, baby.
Oh, that's when I would snap, I think. Bitch.
She says that Paul said he was single, that he said that he was in real estate, and Tanya's like, everyone who knows my husband knows that he's in technology. And Kenny goes, fiance. Your fiance? It is a little weird that she says my husband.
Yeah, I know someone who does that. Paul could very easily have lied to the cookie lady, though, and said that he was in real estate,
And single.
And, he's friends with Dennis. So what does that say about Paul?
I kind of, slightly believe the cookie lady a little bit, but I think that she's, 98% thirsty.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that she's making more of it than it really was. I think some men just like to flirt, and they may not even really be doing anything.
Yeah.
I know men like that. They just love to flirt.
Really?
I can kind of be like that, too.
All the time.
Excuse me?
All the time. With the pizza delivery man. Just the other day. What was his name? Fernando? When you greeted him with that wig on, you were trying to play dress up with the delivery man.
Sometimes there's playful banter, and I know sometimes men like to flirt with pretty girls. That's how I think of this woman. She's a pretty girl. I don't look at her as like, oh, what a knockout. I just didn't think it was worth all of this.
No, it was stupid. You know what I really learned about this scene is what a sneaky little bitch Cynthia is.
That's what... I'm not shocked by Kenya. I'm not shocked by... Eva's pregnant and tired, so I kind of give her a pass for not saying anything. Cynthia.
And then you leave. You leave Tanya.
Yeah. And Kenya escorts out the cookie lady. And then they're all taking cookies.
That would when Eva did that, I would have been upset if I were
but
Tanya.
She is having a baby. The cravings are so strong.
Oh, you're going to be a mess. You're going to be eating furniture.
I really felt bad for Tanya, and I was wishing that Nene was there. I was missing Nene. I wanted Nene to rip Kenya a new one.
She would have.
Read this cookie lady for filth.
She would have.
She would have gone after her. So, what is your story?
But she would have physically gone after her.
She would have, made mincemeat out of her story. Yeah, the lady, she tells poor Tanya, because Tanya's shutting down her story. She goes, that's it? That's your story? And she goes, don't be mad, honey, because I'm effing gorgeous. I'm very classy.
Really?
Such a class act. I don't know. I don't imagine Princess Diana going, your boy Paul.
Yeah, I mean, Princess Diana was crazy, though.
I know, but even she. A real Jackie.
She's trying to be sexy.
We're back in therapy with Portia and Dennis. Yep. I'm tired of this. This season has largely been about the friends of the Housewives.
Oh my God, can you believe
they
it?
They better be getting nice checks
for
this.
Tanya, we have Marlo, we have, what's the snake?
Oh, Yvonne. I know. It's been all about the friends.
They're the ones doing the heavy lifting.
It used to be like they'd make an appearance here and there.
Oh no, they're on more than Nene.
Way more than Nene.
It's ridiculous. I think this show's done. They talk about recasting it. The ratings
went down so bad.
Just pull the plug, come up with something else.
It's the highest rated of all of them. And yet even Atlanta has lost like a tremendous percent of its viewership. Well, whatever. Portia and Dennis.
He's disgusting.
He continues to be an asshole.
Vile man. Vile, ugly man.
He sits there having an attitude, and the therapist is trying to explain to him why Portia is...
And I don't like this therapist, by the way.
I don't either, but she's trying to heal. She has a lot of questions about you cheating. That's normal. And he's like, well, she has a lot of work to do, too.
I don't even know what to say to that. You know, his problem is that she won't submit.
Yep. Portia says that it's very hard for her in the bedroom. Yep. That intimacy with him, it's just like, I don't, how could you fault her for that?
And all of this, I mean, the majority of this, in Dennis's eyes, is about sex with her. I think that's all he wants.
I know. Even during their family thing with his hands all over
her. And then there was another moment earlier on in the season. I don't know. He's disgusting.
It is all about sex with this guy.
He's a pig.
Even his justification for cheating on her.
Yeah.
Oh, they were having sex, but it wasn't good enough because she was pregnant.
Certain people are just a waste of space.
I felt bad because she said not only is it hard with the intimacy, but then she has to worry about, oh, well, then if I don't give it to him and he thinks it's going to be too long, he'll cheat again. That's no way to live.
And he will.
That's no way to live, to have to be worried all the time. He's awful. But I don't want to talk about them anymore.
No, we're done.
We have a little foreshadowing. Cynthia trying to play mommy with Mike Hill and his daughter. Not going very well. Mm-mm. Very awkward. But we'll get to that later. Then we get a scene, miss my husband, my husband. Kenya's husband could not dislike her anymore.
It was kind of creepy.
It was very weird. They're going to host some kind of event and she's showing him a space. He acts like she's not there. He's roaming around. Yeah. Like we're just he's got this big grand vision. Like he's this master architect,
We need 5-foot tables here, 5-foot tables there.
I know. Well, it was a little bit like Queer Eye. Am I the only one getting that vibe?
No, we've mentioned this.
You mentioned it, but I'm like...
I think he spends a lot of time in the city. This is what I'm thinking. We're going to go down to the restaurant, go on Grindr, and stake him out.
I really think there's truth to it. The way he was acting in that space.
Do you want to take shirtless selfies of myself that we can send to him when we find him?
He wasn't even... It's like she's not there. I'm glad, though. Good for the editors of Bravo, making her look like an ass.
Oh, I know.
And then they FaceTime with Mike.
Oh.
And it's like, is this Magic Mike? Yes, it is. Thank you for hosting this event. Blah, 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 blah. And Kenya's trying to, say hello. And he's like, oh, keep her out. Keep her out. Yep. No. Talking to Mike. Goodbye. What is that?
I don't know. It's bizarre.
Well, that's what happens when you have a fake marriage.
Yeah.
I don't know what the point of this was.
This was Bravo, editors making Cynthia try and look interesting.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought they were showing how boring she is. She's telling Mike everything that happened with Kenya and the wig and Tanya. And they keep when they're trying to show on a sitcom the passage of time, and they're and then blah, 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 blah. And then she said, blah, blah, blah. And then the cookie lady, blah, blah, blah. And Mike's like, okay, next time I'm going to bring some juice boxes and crackers for your children. What a bore. Wow, you're right. I think she's not back after this.
No, I think she's gone. She's a goner. Enjoy it while it lasts, Cynthia.
Todd and Kandi are arguing over... it's like another episode of Blackish. You remember Kandi said that she felt like they were like that show?
Yes.
They really are.
Yes.
Fighting over what color to make the nursery.
Purple.
For the baby. I'm kind of on Team Todd with that one.
What did Todd want?
He just said he wanted something simple, clean.
Yellow.
He didn't like this.
Let's not get cute.
And then Candy's talking about her acting dreams.
She was in Chicago on Broadway.
She was in the Vagina Monologues.
We saw a little snippet of her work in the Vagina Monologues.
I loved all this montage of her in these different black box theaters.
I know.
Well, then Todd and Kandi get into another fight because her mother does not want him to be on anything. She wants to make sure that Riley will be taken care of financially in the event of anything happening to any of them, and she doesn't trust Todd to be in charge of finances.
And you know what? Todd made a perfect point. She's more concerned about herself.
I really think that's what it's about. Although, I will say this. I don't agree with Kandi's mom's reasoning for all of this. Like that. I don't think Todd's some opportunistic jerk.
No, I don't think so.
But I think he's irresponsible.
He is irresponsible, yeah. But
he looked really hurt.
Yeah, but he also looks really high. I don't like that.
I know, he always looks like he just smoked a bowl.
I don't like that. If I were Kandi, I'd have to knock some sense into him.
I know, grow up.
Maybe it's just he doesn't like being on camera, so he gets high. I don't think so, though.
He looks like he vapes it.
Or eats it.
You think he does edibles? Swampy, if you and I weren't sober, I'd say we should do edibles for an episode. It would be so
It would
bad.
last 2 minutes because we'd both have panic attacks.
911. And we'd go back repeatedly in one night.
Yeah, we would.
They'd be like, there's nothing wrong with you, okay? You had a little fun.
We'd
Good
have
night.
to go to like another hospital.
Yep.
But we would make it worse for each other. Martha, you're looking really pale.
I really don't feel
Martha,
well. There's something wrong. No, there's
you're
something
like
wrong.
yellow.
I know. Oh my God, your pupils are like
Martha,
huge.
You're like cold. Oh my God, your lips are turning blue.
You're very sweaty.
What? No.
You have like these little beads of
No,
sweat. You're like hot.
I'm not. Oh my God, Martha, no.
We'd be like convinced that it had fentanyl in it.
We'd get fentanyl and we would be like...
I feel really woozy.
No, but I could see like we'd be writing letters to people.
Yeah, let's text.
Yeah, like, I'm dying. Just tell everybody. And then we'd just lie. We'd just be like, I guess we just have to hold each other. Goodbye.
And then wake up.
Not having moved at all.
Yeah.
And this will still be running.
8 hours later. It's a very sad end to the episode.
Oh my God.
Mike is hosting a party with his friends just so they get to know his new fiancé.
Uh-huh.
A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Erica by my side. A little bit of Dina's all I need. That's what it was. It was like, oh, you know who's coming? Vanessa, Carmen, Natalie.
And Cynthia just puts her blinders on. He has so many friends, and I don't ask him if he dated them.
I didn't know they were all so gorgeous. Yeah, and some of them are really young. She even brings up, she's like, you're a sportscaster. Like, you should have some guys around.
What was his excuse for not having guy friends? It's hard to have
he doesn't want to hear about his old life when he was, a pussy hound.
Well, you could find new male friends.
They try to reassure Cynthia. They're like, he's very public about his love for you. He was never like that before.
Yeah, he posts on Instagram.
And they're like, he couldn't before because there was just too many of them. Meanwhile, his daughter.
Right there. How old is she?
17.
Yeah.
Listening to all of this, she's covering her face. And at some point, he says, well, yes, I've had to apologize to them, to, my previous wives. And Cynthia says he cheated on them and he is writing a tell-all book about himself that she hasn't read. You're marrying this man? I would want to read that tell-all with a highlighter.
I wouldn't bother because it's probably all bullshit. He's a liar.
What he comes out and says is, I didn't love the mother of my children.
And they're all, he says it's so,
I know, they're like, well, we pray together on our knees.
And she's...
What a bunch of phony nonsense. And the girl starts to cry. She runs away.
No, he goes, why don't you go up to your room?
Why don't you leave now? Go on up. And then he's making jokes with his harem about how they should clean up for him because, we're all family. I feel like he's going to spring something on Cynthia about how, it's polyamory.
Yeah.
Something like that is going to happen.
She would convince herself that it's okay.
Well, they go up to talk to this young lady.
Oh.
Cynthia is, inserting herself into the situation. It's so bad. Cynthia,
well, Mike is a pussy.
You have to let these things happen organically. You're always going to be the stepmom.
Dumbass.
You just got engaged, and this girl's having a breakdown. No, forces her way in. George was very upset by this scene. I understand why, because you have a stepmom.
No, it's very... Yeah, and But it's also... I can't put this on Cynthia. I just think it's more Mike. He says, do you want Cynthia in here or
because
something?
She followed him up there.
Because he's also a pussy. He doesn't want to deal with his daughter one-on-one, so it's much easier to have her in there.
I started crying.
I know you did. It's very upsetting. Because
they go in, and he says sorry. You heard some things you shouldn't have heard. yeah, asshole. He's like, what can I do to make you right? And she goes, there's nothing you can do. And she's sobbing.
She breaks down.
But it's not just like a little cry.
No,
it's
no.
like full on like sobbing. Like, what did this man do?
How irresponsible. If you're going to have a party like this, why would you allow your daughter... He's a narcissist. And then they leave the bedroom. Cynthia just, she's overwhelmed.
She's overwhelmed.
We're underwhelmed by you.
If I were Cynthia, I would be so upset for this child.
And I would be very upset with Mike.
Very. And instead she's like, well, she's overwhelmed.
Yeah, they hug.
They start making out.
Unbelievable. So, I'm done
Mike
with
Hill. You. Yeah, chill. Why don't you tell that to your future stepdaughter? Chill.
She would. Done.
I'm very sorry.
Done, Cynthia. What's her name, the little girl's name?
I forgot. I think it's Kayla. Well, that's it. Next week, I think we get Nene again.
And a baby. I hope Tanya's getting paid. I hope Marlo and Tanya and Yvonne are getting, paid just as much as the actual stars of the show are, because they're pulling more weight than anybody else.
Doesn't it make more sense to you now why Marlo was like out of the blue, Cynthia, you bald-headed scallywag?
Yes. Yeah, she was right.
She is indeed a scallywag. She is conniving and she is sneaky. She invited the cookie lady, and then what she does to Mike's daughter, that's 10 times worse to me.
Oh, far worse. We're done, Cynthia. Girl, bye.
All right, everybody, that's it for this week. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Leave us a comment. We love you guys. You can follow us at UnKind TV on Instagram and Twitter. We even love the Kenya stands. Even you.
Okay. Well, Martha does. Martha's more tolerant than I am.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how Kenya's fans explain how Tanya came for her.
Yes.
Explain a few things to me, because you guys seem to know Kenya better than anyone else. Maybe you see a side to it that I don't see. How did Tanya come for her? What is with the IVF thing? Why is that an issue? I don't understand.
Yeah.
How do you defend this behavior?
Yes. Oh, that's going to be good.
How do you justify what she did to Tanya, springing this cookie lady bitch on her?
Saying cunt in the restaurant.
Was that appropriate, guys? Do you think Tanya deserved that? No.
And I am not a Tanya. I'm not a Fanya.
You are not. You go off on her every week.
I felt bad for her today, though.
Do you know how far gone Kenya has to be to make him feel bad for Tanya?
I know.
He hates Tanya.
I'm sorry, Tanya.
I felt bad, too. I wish I had been there.
Why couldn't it have been Cynthia?
I know. Well, Cynthia will get hers when Mike wants her to, participate in an orgy with the harem.
Oh, God, I'd cry.
Yeah, it's you and me on the wedding night.
Yeah.
Time to consummate our love with
Sandra.
Natalie and Vanessa and
Monica.
See you soon.